This is code.org. Let's see what we're doing. Control the gears. Here's the same program, but with a small difference. Yeah, you might need to go back and do these other parts if you're not seeing it. Do this. Read the program carefully, especially line 13, to figure out how it controls the gears. Run the program and test whether you were correct. Make the gears spin the opposite way when there is no user input. Okay, let's see. Ooh. All right. So line 13, if mouse down. So is that moving the mouse down or is that the mouse key? Let's see. I'm going to reset and run this. Mouse down. Oh yeah, it's the key. So I'm holding down the mouse on the game screen and they're moving. So what did it want us to do? Make the gears spin the opposite way when there is no user input. So if there's user input, move this way. Else, move the other way. If this is true, do that. Else, do this. So to make that happen, if mouse down, we're going to spin them this way. Else, and I just click that little plus. They have a new block here, but we can just click, I'll do it again, plus. And so now I have an else statement. What does else do? Well, if mouse down, again, we're asking the computer a question, it responds with a Boolean. It says either true or false. So an if is called a conditional, because if this condition is true, then we're going to make this code happen. So if mouse is down, what do we make happen? And real quick, the counter pattern again. We're taking instance, I'll say green gear dot rotation. So the green gear's rotation is now has a new value. It is now equal to the old value of green rotation plus 1. So we'll say we just started the program. I am holding down the mouse button. So then the green gear's value plus 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. This is now 1, right? The blue gear value is 0 minus 1. This is now negative 1. So on. We then draw it out, go back, we white out the screen, and say I'm still holding down the mouse. Well, now it has a new value, this green gear dot rotation. It's equal to the old value. What did I just say it was? Well, it was 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, so on and so forth, and it gives the illusion of movement if I'm holding the mouse down, okay? Now, it wants us to move the opposite way if this is false. So if I'm not holding the mouse down, I say, hey computer, if mouse down, or is that mouse button down? The computer would say false, not true, right? I'm not holding that button down. The computer says false. So if it is not down, any code inside this else statement is what would get run. So I'm just going to copy and, maybe. I'll paste it there, I guess. And then I'm going to pull this up, okay? Now I'm going to flip the signs because I need it to move in the opposite direction. Okay, and it's critical that we understand this. If else are foundational to any program. So what happens here? If the mouse is down, it moves this way, right? The blue gear moves counterclockwise, green's clockwise, red's clockwise. So let me click the mouse. Yep, green's clockwise, red's clockwise, blue's counterclockwise. So if it is down, this is true if I hold the mouse down, and it runs this code, and it would skip the else, because this was true. So we don't need else, it skips over it and keeps running. If this is false, like right now I'm not holding the mouse down, this is false, so it does not run the code in here, not in this if statement. Instead it says false and it goes, oh, else, okay. Well, otherwise I have to run this code and they move in the opposite direction. Always, 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 either these lines of code run or these lines. Either this is true or this is false. If it's true, this runs and this stuff does not. If it's false, this stuff cannot run. This stuff runs, okay? So pretty cool. Whole Glicko. Fancy. Onward.